Manny.
Can I ask everybody to kind of gather close? We were hoping to have some speakers going, but
Come on in. We don't have a microphone.
every time we try to get a speaker, they malfunction. So we're gonna have to project. If you don't hear, that means you're too far away. So get closer.
There we go.
Or maybe you might not want to hear. It's up to you. This is wonderful. It's a great turnout. I really appreciate it. My name is Ben Gatchins Olson. I'm the town manager of Lancaster, lifelong resident here. We have Cecilia Ulabari and Manny Ramirez of Positive Street Art. They're the fantastic organization and artists that created this beautiful work. And we're here today to celebrate this mural. And I made notes. I usually don't, but this is pretty important, so I figured you're not going to want to hear me ramble on. But we're here to celebrate the mural that's dedicated to everybody that participated in it, through the planning, through the painting, and especially Positive Street Art, who came all the way up here from Nashua many, many times. I mean, for the last 2 months anyways, to do this. And we're just so happy and proud of it. And as a matter of fact, just so you guys know how dedicated they are to this, they stayed on this all night until dark, until basically they couldn't see what colors they were painting, and they were right back at it first thing this morning as soon as the light was coming up. So they wanted to make sure it was finished, and they've got it done. So really appreciate that. And I think so like I said, we're here to celebrate this mural, but also to celebrate how it fits into downtown and what we've been trying to do here for the last several years. Trying to revitalize the downtown area, bring Lancaster back to the glory that it was back when I was a kid, which was a long time ago. So we're starting to see a lot of vibrancy and stuff downtown. So this is another piece of that puzzle that I don't think, at least I don't particularly have a full view of what it's to look like, but we've been very fortunate to have opportunities to partner with people, and what they're offering and what they're giving us fits into that puzzle, that just the right piece we need. So very happy for that. And it's a larger effort for community development in town, and community development is more than just jobs and housing. It's a lot more than that. It's creating opportunities for people to be happy, people to just enjoy life, create positive spaces for people to congregate in, and also a sense of pride in your community. And I will say that I'm very, very proud of this project, a lot because really all of you guys here. I mean, a lot of you guys are at the planning meetings. A lot of you guys here today celebrating. There's some people that I usually don't see at some of these community events, which is special to me because it means this matters to you. And at a time in our lives where things are very divisive and kind of stressful, seeing everybody get together from every facet of life, every age, everything, it's wonderful. And like I said, as a person who grew up in this town, it's very nice to see this. I got a few more things to say. So like I said, I'm very proud of the work, proud of the community support that happened. We had some wonderful support from funders, from donors, from just people helping out, and we're going to mention them later on. And I apologize if we miss anybody in that process. It's not purposeful. It's just we've gotten a lot of stuff, and we want to make sure we acknowledge as much as we can. But proud of the community support, grateful for the opportunity to partner with Positive Street Art on this. I mean, this is something, I mean, if you were to ever ask if Lancaster was ever to have a mural, I wouldn't, number one, I wouldn't think that it would happen, but number two, I wouldn't have envisioned it being like this. I mean, this is just beautiful. And fortunate to have that connection with them, with Anthony Poore, who was basically the main organizer of this. The dairymen who were host of this, and we'll hear more from all of them later, or about them. But just proud of all these connections that I've made personally, but as well as the town has made with them as well. And as you know, if you haven't followed the news, this mural represents the past, present, and future of Lancaster. And the goal is to celebrate everything that's great in Lancaster and provide a connection to everybody, past, present, and future, everybody in this town, no matter how old you are, how long you've lived here, even if you never have lived here, just to create a connection and just a sense of pride and happiness just being in town. So I think that's all I've got to say, and I'll turn it over to Positive Street Art to give us a little bit about them and the process.
Well, thank you, Ben. My name is Cecilia Ulibarri. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Positive Street Art. We've been around since 2012, and we're based out of Nashua, New Hampshire, so we're just a couple hours away. But we had never been up here. So first and foremost, we had never been up here. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody who was part of even starting this project, thinking this project up, and then for all of you who have really, truly welcomed us. I mean, this was such a beautiful thing. We saw the community coming together, not only to help develop what this vision was going to be, but also the people who came on a daily basis just to check in, watch the progress, ask us if we needed water or shade or anything like that. I think it was just a beautiful thing that we saw people just coming together just to check it out. And we heard from really young little ones to people that have been here since the 1930s, and it's just a beautiful thing to hear the stories that we did. But just to give you guys a little bit of information about Positive Street Art. Positive Street Art is a non-profit, and our mission is to inspire a passion for urban arts in a productive way and to build stronger communities through artistic services, educational workshops, and community events. As I said, we've been doing this for 10 years now, and we have had the chance to go to other places in New Hampshire, but never this far north, and we love it up here. We know why you guys are so proud of this town. You know, the businesses, the people, just the history, and just the natural beauty of it all. So I don't talk too much. I want to make sure that you guys get to talk with our lead artist, Manny Ramirez, so he can explain to you his process, his vision, and really doing 95% of this thing that you see, which is huge. We've been working on this since April, and I'll turn it over to you. We've been working up until 10 minutes before this event. So just give him a break.
My voice is also going, so I'll try to keep it short. It's been a huge honor and pleasure being part of this project. I'd like to thank all of you guys from Lancaster, every leader in this project, our team, Positive Street Art, who got it together this last few weeks, and we're all hands on deck trying to finish this mural. This has been one of the largest undertakings that I have personally taken on in terms of subjects. There's a lot to try to envision and a lot to put together into this mural to give you guys the best visual and representation you can have for Lancaster, for both tourists to come by and see, for you guys, the locals, to come by and see, and then for everyone to enjoy. It's been a challenge, but it's been a very, very fun project all the way through. I've enjoyed every bit of it, and I'm just very thankful. Yeah, thank you guys for everything.
And
Nice job! Yeah.
we are going to get to our thank yous, but again, I just want to highlight there's some key people that you really need to know that are here today that really, besides our funders, really put a lot of time and effort into this. We got Ben, who helped pull a lot of this together. And then we had Ruby and Brian Berryman from the Lancaster Motel, and they have been so helpful, giving us rooms and a place to sleep in. And then Anthony Poor, who is the brainchild behind this whole thing, and also helped to give us some hospitality and let us stay at his place, and have a stove and showers and grills and all that kind of good stuff, so that we felt more like home. Maeve Sear, where are you? If any of you have followed the Facebook page, if you have Facebook, if you haven't, there's the whole history and a bunch of pictures that you can go and check out. There's also a live feed going out. Hello to the people on the live. And then also just everybody again for taking part of this. But I want to introduce Ruby and Brian to come on up and say a few words, please.
Right in the right spot?
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, where you can't see.
Yeah. I, like Ben, also got it a little bit down. No, I've only got about 50 minutes of talking to do. No, very quick, very quick. Thank you. I wrote this so I don't go on too long. In 1955, the McLaughlin family built the Lancaster Motel as an inspiration for this community. Now, 67 years later, through the vision of Manny and Cecilia of Positive Street Art, the inspiration has been rekindled in the Lancaster community. As Henry Matisse once said, creativity takes courage. The artistry on this wall captures our history and gives us the courage to go boldly into our future. It empowers us by delivering through the old something new, something from nothing. Turning a blank wall into a beautiful portrait that creates a dialogue between our past and our future. The mural represents the collaboration of the town, community members, agencies, and businesses with the arts. We hope that it will be an inspiration for similar projects in the North Country, and we thank all those who supported it. Art is life. The life of Lancaster lives on this wall.
All right.
Anthony Moore, I'd like to invite you up really quickly just to talk about this project briefly, and also to talk about the school and these wonderful pictures that we have displayed in front of us and how they came about.
Okay, sure. Obviously, I got my paint clothes on. I'm not really prepared to say a few words, but
Two of us.
that being said, a little thing. As you've heard, this is much larger than an arts project, right? This is about building community, right? This is what really this is about, you know, and taking all the positive momentum we see going on in town right now, whether it be the PJ Noise building, whether it be the small businesses that are opening up, whether it's the foot traffic or the 12,000 vehicles that drive down this street every single day, right? This is much larger than just about art. This is about community and creating connections with people. So one of the things we want to do is create connections with our local school system. So we were able to reach out to Amy Kopp, and by the way, you know, I think you got thanked, but North Country Ford is a sponsor of this, but we reached out to Amy Kopp at Lancaster School and said we'd love to work with the students and engage them in this project. So what you see here, we spent a few days at the Lancaster School working with third graders. And as you know, the third graders are required to do a small project to highlight a monument in town. So what we did is, with some of our fundraising ability, and again, thank you, Neil Louise Tillotson Fund, Phoebe Beckler, we were able to purchase the easels for the third graders, and they created their own murals, of which these ideas then informed the big mural over here. The goal here was that they could be part of something larger than themselves, right? Which is an incredibly powerful emotion that when put to good can, you know, conquer anything. The other thing I want to share with you is, and actually, where is she at? I want to bring her up because I can't forget her name. One of our 7th graders that was here that I saw earlier who helped us. Where's she at? Come here.
There's a couple of them here.
Bring them up, please. Bring them up. Come on, y'all. Come on up. Come on now. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Come on. Get up here. Okay, I need you all to do. What's your name?
Haley.
Now say it like you want people to hear.
Kaylee. Chloe.
All right. Now, you see these 4 ladies? These are 4 little ladies that were actually 12. So I'm going to tell you this little story if I could too, because man, y'all stink. I'm kidding. So, when we put out a plea, we said, hey, if 7th and 8th graders, you want to come help us prep the wall? And we didn't want to require folks to come, so we said, would you sign up? And of the 12 students that signed up, they were all young ladies. Right? So not only was this an amazing contribution of girl power, right? This was all done by these young ladies here. And so what I want to share with you is prior to doing the wall, of course, we had to prep the wall. And so we had to do the whole like sand it, right? And then we had to do the whole water thing. That was kind of fun, right? Do the whole water thing. And then we came back and then had to whitewash it, to create the palette, if you will, or the easel, if you will, to paint on. If you will, you also look, as you can see down there on the train, if you haven't looked at the train tracks, you'll see all their hands on the wall, right, to give you some detail and some texture. The idea is that these young ladies will have a permanent space on this wall. So when they look back, they can reflect, So they can always look at this and be like, you know what, I did that too. So thank you, ladies. I'm all done now.
We'd also like to ask Kelly Murphy to come up with the Granite Grind. She, through this
Kelly!
process, was inspired to write a poem about the mural. So we'd love for her to read that out loud.
Hopefully everyone will be able to hear me. I was at a planning meeting and we were talking about all the things about this mural, and we were talking about the Lancaster fog and how beautiful it is. So I wrote this poem. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Below the fog, two rivers run through, the mighty Connecticut and the Israel too, bringing to and from future and past, and a present that will last. Buildings beautiful, an awesome mural on the wall, and the people make the town proud and tall. Lancaster in the morning fog can take your breath away, and once here, you will want to stay.
And now we want to wrap up. And before we start this, I just want to tell everybody, I forgot to mention at the beginning, after this, Dave Fuller from the Rialto, he's opened up the Rialto for everybody to come down, and there's like a 20-minute video of this whole progression of the mural.
You guys got to come.
You go down, you can have a seat and watch the video and just see how it developed along the way. I know many of you probably saw it as it was happening day by day, but this will just be a kind of a culmination of that. So we invite you all to go down there, and thank you, Dave, for that.
Yeah, and if you want, we can trade some of the stuff down. We'll bring the food down. We'll come on down. So if you want, should we take our march down to Rialto now?
We're going to say some thank yous first.
You didn't want to be up here to begin with, Anthony. So we first want to start off with the people that gave us some financial support to make this happen, that saw the tremendous value in this. First one was the New Hampshire Council on the Arts, Ginny Lupi. I don't think, is anybody here from?
Cassie Mason
Oh,
is.
thank you for coming. So they provided a grant to the town to help support this. And then the Neil and Louise Tillotson Fund followed up with that. Phoebe Backler's here, the fund. They provided some. They also provided some support to make this happen. But then on top of that, people wanted to also help out businesses, local residents. So we got several donations of sizes from high to low, but just anything was great just to see the support. So we had Peter Powell was one of the first ones to step up. Peter's always late, but he was one of the first ones to help out. So appreciate that.
Big touche for you, buddy.
I didn't even write that down. As I think Anthony said, North Country Ford also was right up there at the beginning to help us out. Greg and Rita Cloutier, also of basically downtown Lancaster. They provided some support to us. Wayne and Tricia Frenette of Wayno's Disposal recently gave us a donation to support the project. The Lancaster Rotary Club is part of their annual support to community efforts. They provided us with some financial support as well. And I think we got everybody, but if not, I apologize. Let's give everybody around the applause for that.
Yeah, so I I think we would be remiss not to thank the person who even made this possible. And he's a very humble man and doesn't even want to be recognized for this. And I think even more, that's why he deserves the credit. Guys, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this guy and thinking this up. And honestly, you've truly become such a wonderful friend to us, and we just want to share some extra appreciation on behalf of Positive Street Art, on behalf of us as individuals, and on behalf of the whole group that's going to be able to enjoy this for many years to come. Please come and accept our token of gratitude.
I will bore you with this. I'll try to make it a quick story as to kind of how all this happened, and it almost didn't happen. And I don't know if Anthony will understand what I'm talking about. So I got a phone call back. It was last spring. This guy, I think he might have left a message, and I called him back, and he said, "Hey, this is Anthony Poor. This is what I've done. I got this great idea at the Lancaster Motel to do this mural. Can we meet at the Polish Princess, whatever date and time?" And I said, I'm thinking, okay, I don't know you, but yeah, sure. I always like to get out of the office. So I go to the Polish Princess a few minutes early. I walk in. I actually see somebody sitting at one of the outside tables, Samantha, who is now Anthony's wife. Her back was to me, so I just went into the restaurant, ordered a coffee, waited around in there for a few minutes, didn't see anybody that was waiting around like I was. So I said, well, I'll just go outside and wait. So I found a chair, sat on the sidewalk. I must have been there 10 minutes. Looking around, thinking, well, that's great. I can do nothing in my office, and many of you will attest to that. So I was about ready to get up and go, and then Anthony's wife, Samantha, turned around and saw me, and she said, "Hey, there's Ben." And then we had this great conversation, pitched this to me, sounded like a great idea, said the Berrymans were right on board with it. We were all excited. He basically had it planned out from beginning to end, and it's just a tremendous opportunity that actually almost wasn't. And I don't think I've made this joke before, but probably two of the things I'm most proud of happened on blind dates. I met my wife. We have two beautiful daughters. And I met this lovely man. Don't pass that blind date. They sometimes work out. But anyways, as a token of my appreciation and the town's appreciation, I wanted to do something that kind of commemorated the past, present, and future of Lancaster. It isn't all complete, but to commemorate the past of Lancaster, those of you might recognize this is a town history of Lancaster.
Yeah.
These books are kind of rare. Not like Sell It and Retire to the Islands rare, but not many people have these, and there's not many kicking around. And for some reason, I've been able to get my hands on a few. So I want to give this to Anthony. This is a town history Lancaster up to 1900. So this is the past. Wow. This is the past. Woohoo! So there's that. Now, this is what I haven't been able to finish. We have some, for present, to commemorate what we did, we have some photos, and Chris from Positive Street Art was great on taking these photos. They are going to get nicely framed for you, but just to show the present, this is the present right here. And in the future, my hope is that someday we write a new history book, update the history book, and definitely in that book is going to be this mural. And that's the future of Lancaster, because once that book is written, Anthony's name, Positive Street Art's name, all your names are going to be in it. As people that have supported this, have fallen in love with it, and have followed it for the creation as well as how far it goes in the future. So
I'm going to write that for you, Ben.
Thank you. So I just wanted, it's a small token, but it means a lot. So let's give it.
All right, who's ready to go see this wonderful film?
Wait. I do have a few more thank yous. I'm sorry. Sorry to surprise. No, I do have a few more thank yous. I mean, definitely Positive Street Art. I want to thank them for everything. Some of these pictures in here, I hope to send down to you guys, and I hope you'll feel fond enough about this that you'll put it on your wall, because I plan to put some of these on my wall. And I appreciate the photos. But I mean, we already did it, but we need to acknowledge the hosts of this. The people that gave us the canvas, and that's the Berrymans of the Lancaster Motel. Who themselves are trying to bring this back to what it used to be. So we appreciate that as town manager, as a former planner, appreciate that. You know, the town of Lancaster, the select board was right on board with this. We have Troy Murner and Shane Beatty, 2 select board members who've supported this throughout from the first proposal up till now, and we appreciate that support, because if it's not for them, I didn't get to do what I do, so thank you. The Lancaster Historical Society was valuable in providing us with some photos and some history in the Lancaster and how we developed and stuff. So that's an organization that needs to be acknowledged. We mentioned the Lancaster Elementary School and Amy Kopp. That they did a fantastic job. Just this work, the 7th and 8th graders doing their work at the school, as well as busting their butts to prep the wall. That's awesome. Dave Fuller of the Rialto. Dave hosted one of the community engagement meetings where we all sat down and we were able to talk about what we wanted to see Lancaster.
And now the finale.
And now the finale, exactly, yeah. And then also the Northern Forest Center, who obviously just finished the redevelopment of the Parker J. Noyes building. They did provide T-shirts to the 7th and 8th graders, the girls who did the work on the wall. So I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge them. And then I know I'm going to forget somebody, and that's all on me. So oh yes, yeah, Flu Media and Maeve, definitely. Thank you so much. I mean, Flu Media does tremendous stuff for the town. Maeve was instrumental in making that happen. So I want to thank all of them as well. And then with that, and Lancaster Fire Department, Tyler Beatty bringing the ladder truck. Thanks, Tyler. Love that.
Our police too.
Let's go see the movie.
Keeping us safe.
Yeah. Chief Charbonneau, Officer Sullivan, thank you guys. And honestly, too, thank you for bringing that up. The police, the highway department, all of the town departments were great as far as me calling them at the last minute, because that's what I do, to provide safety for the artists, block off the parking spaces, and the community. I didn't get one complaint about parking spaces being blocked off. That's how I know this All right.
All right, we're going to pack up the food and we're going to take a field trip to Rialto.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Rialto and check out a movie. All right, everybody, let's go see a movie, and it's so cool.
Can you introduce me? My name is Dana. I mainly just threw a message. How are you?
Yes, I am with Miss Marshall. She is mine.
This one is